It's the Brian and Kindra Show with Brian Cook and Kindra Cox of Keller Williams Realty Elite.
I am Kendra Cox.
I'm Brian Cook.
Between the two of us, we have over 30 years of experience.
Sharing real estate tips and advice. Right here on Classic Hits 1073.
Welcome to the Brian and Kindra Show. We are in our office studio again this week.
In our office studio or our studio office?
It's one
It
the
sounds
same.
weird to me. It's I don't know which way it goes. It sounds really strange to my ears.
Interesting. Well, it is a studio.
It's also nap time.
Kind of. We shouldn't have eaten lunch. You are here listening to the Brian and Kindra Show, and we're excited you're here today. And we're going to do some recapping.
People are like, why are they talking about nap time at, I don't even know what time our show starts. 5:30. Because we're pre-recording and it's like, I don't know, 2:30 in the afternoon. I don't even know what day it is.
Wednesday.
It's Wednesday. Awesome. Okay. So we're pre-recording. We've got a lot of things going on and we're afraid that we're not going to be able to connect at the right time to do live on Thursday night when everybody's going to get to hear us. So you've got your middle girl is all softballing and she's going all over the state and doing all kinds of crazy fun
heading
things.
to Piedmont tomorrow. So we're going to try to do this so I can go there.
Fabulous. So we wanted to go a little early, get our things knocked out. So what are we going to talk about?
We're going to talk about real estate.
Yes!
And what we do.
I think you asked me recently, what is the Brian and Kindra Show? Why did you ask me that? I said, real estate tips and tricks? Why did you ask me that?
I was filling out some
All right, so we want to talk about real estate, but we want to explain a little bit more about who we are and what we do and how we work and why. Right? Yes,
because we've had some interesting happenings, and so we just want to be clear on how agents work and how we get paid and how our office works and all that fun stuff.
Do you want to take a super quick sponsor break before we get into it?
Let's do that.
All right.
Comfort Zone is a multi-generational company serving Northwest Oklahoma in commercial and residential needs. Plumbing, air conditioning, heaters, refrigeration, sewer and drain cleaning, backhoe trencing, and crane service. And they are your geothermal specialists. Contact them at 580-254-5864 or stop by 116 East Main Street.
It's the 5 hours you spend in the kitchen mastering your famous recipe or spending quality time with your family. Other insurance companies may just see it as a house. It's not just a house, it's your home. Hi, I'm State Farm Agent Kevin Kanzler, and I see your home as the time and memories you put into them. I understand what your things really mean to you, and I'm here to help give them the protection they deserve. My office is located on the corner of 13th and Oklahoma in Woodward, or call me at 580-256-2216 for your home insurance today.
On Point Land Survey can take care of all your residential, commercial, and industrial survey needs. This family-owned and operated business proudly serves Northwest Oklahoma and Southwest Kansas. These lifelong Northwest Oklahoma residents with over 19 years of experience are ready to serve you with the latest equipment and capable trucks to get your job done. Call On Point Land Survey today at 580-256-6757 or at 1918 Main Street in Woodward, Oklahoma, or visit their website at onpointlandsurveyok.com. Professional, trusted, local.
This is Todd McHugh
and Jackie Jones
with Woodward County Abstract, Dewey County Abstract, and Fairview Abstract. I would like to thank everyone in Woodward and Northwest Oklahoma for choosing us for their real estate title and closing needs this past year. We will be offering new services in 2020, including bilingual closings, internet closings, and digital abstracting.
We look forward to making real estate closings faster, simpler, and more efficient for you in the future.
We want to thank you for your continued support and business.
Hi, I'm Connie Rowland in the mortgage department at Bank 7. Bank 7 is a full-service bank with over 40 years of combined experience. Melinda Russo and I are a dynamic duo team committed to making your loan process smooth. With a variety of loan products, we would love to sit down with you and discuss your loan options in person, or we offer online and over-the-phone application processing. The Woodward branch is located at 34th in Oklahoma. Find us online at mortgage.bank7.com, on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Bank 7 is an equal housing lender in MLS 677297. Phone 580-254-0100, where our best investment is you.
All right, we're back. This is the Brian and Kindra Show. We are with Keller Williams Realty Elite. You can check out our website at thebrianandkindrashow.com. Anytime, if you want, whatever, you can't sleep. It's something to laugh at. Think about buying a house, go check it out.
Yes, definitely. Okay, so somebody told me Sunday night at my little small groups with our church group, somebody said that they had heard or read something, so I've looked up a little article, that if you name your house, it will sell better. Have you heard about this?
No, but my family names all their cars.
Oh, well, my Jeep is named. The Jeep is Bertie, Bertie. Yeah, you don't
I don't name my cars.
Really?
No.
I have the name picked out for my next Jeep even.
Mine's a Tundra, and the other one's a Corvette, and the other one's a Highlander. See, I already got them.
No,
They have the name right on the car.
That's not.
It says it.
No.
It's already, it's like a name badge.
So do they name your house? Does your home have a name?
No. Home.
Home.
H-O-M-E.
H-O-M-E. So I mean, I think it's kind of cute. Like, I mean, we've talked about Airbnbs and how they should have fun names and things like that, right?
Yes.
So we've talked about Wilma's Cottage.
Yes.
Like, that's a fun name. And I mean, it's really all I can think of right now. I mean, I guess I think of Anne of Green Gables, like that book.
Oh, yeah,
that was fabulous and wonderful. Okay, so, but I have racked my brain since Sunday, and I cannot come up with the name for my house.
Interesting.
I know. I always say it's my cute little tiny house. That's what I say. But it doesn't have a name.
All right, we're going to start naming our houses. That's hard. I can't even.
I don't know. Well, I have names for my Jeep and for my next Jeep. I'm not looking forward enough ahead for like the next Jeep, but totally have a name for my car. Okay. And my daughter, she had a name for her pickup. She has a name for her car.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't
What's
think
the
of
name
the
for
current
your car?
name's car.
Oh.
Actually, gosh darn it, I can't think of the last one was named Hue, H-U-E, because it was a hue of blue.
Oh.
Yeah, she's different than me. Like, I have like people names for mine. Okay. So we want to talk about who we are, because we want, and I don't know what we've titled the show. I'm going to put you totally on the spot.
Yes.
What are we calling this show?
The Brian and Kindra Show.
Oh, my Lanta. It's supposed to be the Kendra and Brian show anyway, but whatever. Okay, so we're going to talk about who we are, what we do, and because we notice that sometimes people don't fully understand. Real estate is a funny game, and the way that the offices are structured is kind of unique, and the way that the agents and real estate associates work within the office is unique. And so we wanted to talk about that and kind of help just to maybe explain a little bit more. So you go first. Who are you?
Okay, so I'm the managing branch
You're not.
broker.
Oh, okay.
So we've changed things up since we were Coldwell Banker. We're now Keller Williams Realty Elite. And in that transition, we became a branch broker, a branch of a Oklahoma City office. There's also one in Yukon, Lawton, Eufaula. It gives us a bigger, wide range.
Does that mean you sold out?
No, we still own this one.
Okay.
So we're in control of it. We just have their resources at our disposal.
Okay. All right, so you're a branch broker.
Branch broker. So that means I've had, I got my provisional license, which is the first thing you get, and then I got my sales associate license the next year, and then the following year I got my broker license. So broker just means that you can manage your own office. So my office is heavily filled with broker associates. Most everybody, not most, we have a few newbies, but majority of the people in my office are broker associates. So if they ever want to go open their own office, they have the license to do that.
All right, so and I'm an associate broker. I'm one that you spoke of. So thank you for saying that.
You could go start your own office.
Hey, I don't want to.
I was just saying that you could do it. It's a possibility.
All right, so similar. So I started real estate in 2000. In 2005, I was hired in a real estate office, and the task that I needed to do, I needed to get licensed. So within 6 months, I had my real estate license and was ready to be able to fully function under the real estate associate capacity. So provisional license first, and then the sales associate.
So a professional and a sales associate has to work for a broker.
Right, and so I was working, and I was working for a different brokerage back then. That was quite a few years ago. 2005 feels like a lifetime ago. So then, when I moved to Woodward, I wanted more education, really, and so that's actually why I got my broker's associate license, and took the extra courses and the extra work, because I wanted more education. I felt like it would give me more education, and I think that it did. Do you?
Yes.
Do you encourage your agents to do that?
Yes. Well, I always say that on there. I have a bad excuse. I mean a bad reasoning, but
I just
always
think
need to be
education
ready.
is so important, and that's
you
why
need to
I
go
did
and
that.
take care of yourself. So if something ever happened to me,
Right.
somebody needs to be the broker.
Absolutely.
And if you don't like who that is, you need to be able to go do your own thing.
And there's some truth to that. And at some point in my career, I thought, well, maybe I want to just be my own broker. But then the more I looked at overhead and how things work, I thought, I think not. I think I'll just be your risk.
Yes. Sometimes you're the broker because nobody else wants to be.
Yes, that's why you're the broker.
Yeah, that's why I'm the broker.
You've said that before. All right, well, I'm not going to offer to step up. So, all right, so what is it that we do? Broker, associate, sales associate, provisional associate. What does a real estate associate do?
So they are licensed to carry out real estate transactions inside the state of Oklahoma. We are Oklahoma licensed. So all those real estate transactions would be considered marketing a house, writing contracts, negotiating the transactions, showing the property. So all of that stuff encompasses inside the real estate license in which you're required to have. So just for example, not that you would get in trouble or get turned in for doing this, but if you were selling your neighbor's house and you are not licensed and you put your name on the phone number on the sign and you take calls and you show their house, that is actually a licensed activity and you can be fined by the state of Oklahoma.
Right, absolutely.
So,
and it's funny because we don't even want to say these things because we don't want people to think that we're driving around like, hey, did you see so-and-so? We do not have time for that. But eventually
you can
the real
legally
estate.
sell your own property though.
Absolutely.
Clear that up.
Absolutely, yes, I can sell anything that I own.
Right, correct.
Or I can opt to have a professional do it. And we've talked about that before. Why would I use a realtor?
That's a whole nother show.
Okay, well, my quick and easy answer is because it's the same reason I don't change my own oil. Technically I can figure it out. I can look up the steps. I can watch a YouTube video and my daddy can help me or my brother can help me. But ultimately, I'm not a professional and it's going to take me more time to do that than it would if I just take it to the shop and get it done.
It can be very costly.
It can be.
If you err
Absolutely.
on a $250,000 house and you mess up, it could be devastating.
Could be. So, okay, so we do real estate. We sell houses is what we say. That's the short and easy. That's not really what we do. There's so much more. But short and easy answer. Okay, so here's one of the reasons that we wanted to do this. How many do I want to ask this question? How many secretaries do you have? You laughed when you saw that on the paper. But everyone thinks that let me rephrase that, not everyone.
Everybody.
A lot of people don't understand how the office works because real estate is a different ballgame. So I am an employee. I do work for you because we've done this team capacity. I have all the knowledge,
tools and
ability and the skill set, and I have the license to be able to do this as an agent, but we have discussed and it's better for me to be able to, I don't think I want to work on Saturday. So I am your employee.
Correct.
And you have one other employee.
Yep, she manages the office.
Right.
Basically, the ins and outs of the bookwork and make sure our internet or websites and stuff are clicking, and she helps me on the backside. We're building a new website now, and so she is my investigator, I guess I could call it. I'm like, hey, investigate this for me, and then she brings back to me the short Cliff Notes version of the whole mess.
Because her brain is amazing. That's our Laura. We always refer to Laura in our spreadsheets, really. Because my gosh, the girl can do
she's
so
very
much stuff.
system oriented.
She's amazing.
And then we have another girl who's a receptionist, and she also does some virtual tour errand running stuff that's non-licensed required for that. And so we have her. And then, so that's really all of the employees we have at this time. Employees, those are the salary, hourly paid.
That's you provide a place for us to work.
We have Carrick.
We do. I can't believe Carrick's over here like, what about me? I'm running your soundboard and everything. All right, so we've got a Carrick.
We got our Carrick. We got our tech guy.
Until he leaves us again.
Yeah, I think he's
Carrick,
falling
you're
in
going to
love
stick
with us.
around, aren't you? He won't even answer anymore. He just rolls his eyes at me. All right, so real estate associates work different. So prior to me coming to work for you as an employee, I was a real estate associate and I was considered contract labor.
Correct.
So that meant that you as the broker couldn't say, Kindra, you have to be here at a certain time. Then it didn't matter. Frankly, it doesn't matter if I'm late now anyway, does it?
Well, I can't do nothing about it.
But back then, you dang sure couldn't have, right?
Right.
So that's kind of the principle of the idea is that you're independent, you're self-employed as a real estate associate. So which it's really kind of confusing whenever you think about how all of it works.
Right.
So how many real estate associates do we have? I didn't even think to count. I hope you
9.
have it in your brain. 9? We have
Nine, not
9
counting
associates.
you.
Okay, so we've got 9 independent sales associates in our office, and of course they are under the brokerage of Keller Williams Realty Elite.
Yes.
And then you're responsible for them.
Yes. Well, actually, by merging, I'm only partly responsible for them.
Oh, you got to
So,
share risk.
yes, I did.
I love
That's
it.
great. So,
That's what we call risk
but they
management.
they're their own bosses. They're responsible for their own connections and their own hours and their own income and their own expenses. So if they want business cards, they have to buy them. If they want to market in the newspaper, they have to pay for that. Now our office pays for a big chunk of different styles of marketing, internet, billboards, ads, stuff like that. So, so that's how it works. So any of the agents in my office, they are basically like their own little offices, businesses inside of our business.
Right. So it just, again, it's kind of confusing.
Right. So they don't. So we've had the conversation from a acquaintance we ran into, and their comment is, hey, we're buying a house from you. And I'm like, great. When are we going to look at houses? And they're like, oh, I'm using so-and-so associate. And I'm like, man, I'm glad you're using somebody in my office. But they anticipated, they thought they were by using them, they were actually using me,
Right.
which is different. And it's very complicated since I own the office and I'm the managing broker. But it's like I have 2 people. So I have the managing broker side and then I have the agent side.
Right.
I want to be the agent side. I don't much enjoy the managing broker side.
So I think here's the part that's kind of important. One of the reasons that we really want to make sure that we emphasize how that works is because we don't want people to be confused. If they're working with one of the associates in our office, that's who their primary contact is going to be. And that's the associate who is going to be assisting them, not us.
Right, and we work well together. So
oh, absolutely,
somebody,
because you've got very capable associates.
Yes, everybody can take care of their own, but if somebody leaves to, Alaska, EJ, people step up to the plate and take care of their stuff. So, yes, but then it goes back to, if you start with an agent and you mesh well with them and they feel they're taking care of your needs, they're earning your business and that's how they get paid. If they don't write the contract, they don't get paid.
Right. So this is why it's so important that buyers and sellers understand, because particularly buyers in that sense.
Right.
And because if we shop around and use different real estate associates, then it's kind of like going to work for free.
Yes.
And I love what I do, but I really need my income in order to survive. Yeah, sorry, man.
Darn it.
I've heard people say, I would work here if I would work here without pay. And yes, we love what we do, but unfortunately, the world works around the almighty dollar. So that's important. So we want to protect our associates. So if you're working with one of the associates and you're meshing, then you want to continue. It's also why we've talked a lot about you can kind of pre-interview your agent and be like, hey Brian, so what's it look like when we look at houses? How are you going to work for me? And are you good at paperwork?
I can stumble through it.
You can get her done.
Yeah.
All right, and then I'll fix whatever you don't.
Yep.
Okay, so that's kind of how that part works. So, how are we doing on time? Do we need to take a break?
10 minutes.
We good? Oh
Should
man.
take a break.
Go ahead and take one.
Let's do it.
All right, we'll be right back.
Homeowners and business owners, do you want to know how to extend the life of your home or commercial building? Call APC LLC in Woodward. APC specializes in installing high-quality 5-inch and 6-inch seamless guttering and custom commercial guttering. Whether it's a small system or a large system, APC can help. Call APC LLC at 580-571-2384. That number again is 580-571-2384 for all your seamless gutter needs.
Our home is usually our largest investment, and we insure it against damage. One unseen destructive force not covered by most insurance policies is termites, which can infest a house for years before being detected. Termites cost U.S. homeowners an estimated $5 billion annually in treatment and repairs. Using the Centricon termite bait system, JCP Services can protect your home from the threat of a termite infestation. call 580-334-5380. Again, 580-334-5380.
Stop in to Modern Appliance on Main Street today to see powerful Maytag brand kitchen appliances available in a finish inspired by cast iron. Cast iron black is a hard-working, matte finish that is as tough as it is timeless, so you can trust it to help resist scratches while helping hide fingerprints and minor dents and stand up to the everyday. Add an iconic look to your home with cast iron black kitchen appliances from Maytag brand. See it at Modern Appliance, 2102 Main, or online at modernappliancewoodward.com.
For 150 years, Sherwin-Williams has been an industry leader in the development of technologically advanced paint and coatings. As the nation's largest specialty retailer of paint and painting supplies, Sherwin-Williams is dedicated to supporting both your do-it-yourselfers and painting professionals with exceptional products, resources to make confident color selections, and expert personalized service that's focused on your unique project needs. Sherwin-Williams is your neighborhood paint store. Stop by and see them, 2101 Oklahoma Avenue, or call them 580-256-5861.
Hey, we're back. It's the Brian and Kindra Show.
I'm here.
Okay. We're talking about how real estate agents work and how they get paid and all that fun stuff. That way you're just kind of informed on, you don't want that awkward, weird.
I think it's confusing. And
it is confusing.
People, I think sometimes buyers and sellers are a little bit anxious even to talk to us because they think, oh my gosh, am I going to get charged for this?
Right.
Not at first.
Not at first. No, we do. I mean, there is a lot of, we give out lots of free advice. We spent, we were in the process of potentially listing a house. We did some phone calling. We did a virtual tour. Right. We sent out paperwork to get started, and then the next door neighbor bought the house. Right. And so, are we mad? No.
Absolutely
It happens, and we're, it's exciting to get another house sold in town. And so, I use this statement, we're here to help, not hinder. Of course, we want to get paid because we have to feed our families, and we do this for a living. So, but and all the agents here do, and we have a bunch of good agents. And so, if you are, you start talking to an agent, and you want their services, I would just tell them that, hey, I want you to be my agent. I want you to take care of me, and find out, make sure that's that you're compatible with them, and go at that direction. Because then, there's open houses in town, and so when hey, you're out on Sunday afternoon, you're like, hey, let's swing by this open house. Just be open with the people there.
Absolutely.
Just say, hey, I'm coming in, and I'm working with so-and-so, and I'd like to just stop and look at your house, and that way they kind of have an idea. Because again, we don't want to waste our time.
Right.
We're willing to give you any information.
And we don't want to harass buyers and sellers that don't want to be harassed.
Right. So if you're working with somebody, just tell us.
We only want to harass the ones that don't mind.
That's right. The ones that want us. Well, then, So.
But I was just thinking, it's so helpful whenever somebody comes into an open house and hey, how are you doing? How can I help you? And I love it when they're quick to respond with, hey, I'm working with so-and-so. And I can be like, awesome. Great.
If you have any questions,
yes.
you call us.
And then I know. Then I know not to bother them because I don't want to be a bother.
Right.
But I also know that they're in good, capable hands because that's what my daughter and I were talking about this week. We want for buyers to have what's best for them. We want for sellers to have what's best for them, and we recognize that we're not going to be best for everybody.
Yes.
We should be, but we're not. I want to be.
Yep. There's all different types of people out there.
Oh boy, aren't there? All right. So how do our real estate associates get paid?
So our associates get paid like the ones here, all of them. Okay, so basically.
Well, I don't know. You tell me what you want to.
So agents. So generally speaking, over the United States, basically, sales associate goes and lists a property. They don't get paid until closing. Generally, there's some branches out there that get paid per service. Like they get paid to put the sign up, paid to put it on the MLS, paid to put it on Facebook. So we don't really do that around here. We're full service brokerages. So when they list the property, they do not get paid. They invest all the money and time, effort, sign, marketing, pictures, videos, everything they do. They're going to invest all that in advance. Then they get paid at closing. So when the commission check gets at closing, if another agent sells that property, they will split that commission. Now the commission is predetermined inside the listing agreement, and they post it on the MLS. So when I go to show a house and it's somebody else's listing, I can look on the MLS and it says, oh, you're getting paid X percent or commission or X whatever, it's $4, whatever it says. And then I will show the property, and then at closing, we get paid per that agreement. So our MLS is an agreement, whatever's on that sheet is how we get paid. There are times then in the middle of a transaction, I don't want to get into that. So there's times, so yes.
Things can get complicated.
They can get complicated.
I think the important part is, does the buyer have to pay me to show them a house?
They do not.
They do not. Buyers do not have to pay an agent, we're saying agent loosely. Oklahoma is not an agency state, so whenever I say agent, it's a loose term.
Right.
But buyers don't have to pay real estate associates to show them houses.
Correct.
I do not get paid by the amount of houses that I show in a week. Nope. So
we get paid for closing tables.
yes. So, which is also important too, to just to remember that we're on that side of we want to help you to get your transaction completed. And again, we've talked before how once we get to closing, we want for buyers and sellers both to be happy, and it's not always possible, but we do our dangest.
Yes.
So, all right, so that's how they get paid. I think that's kind of the important part. Can a buyer pay an associate?
Yes, you can pay an associate. So they have agreements. So if you, so let's say you found the house you want, but it is not listed with an agency anywhere in town. You can hire an agent to go help you buy that house. And then you just negotiate what kind of terms you want. And I'll pay you X percentage, or I'll pay you $12,000, or I'll pay you whatever. I'll pay you in that advance.
Right.
Now, an associates go back to the broker, because all things go through the broker, and manage that system.
But currently, it's just not customary for the buyer to pay. So
Correct.
It can happen, but it doesn't happen all the time. So just to help a buyer to be more comfortable with how that works. Okay, so you mentioned MLS a couple of different times. And whenever we say MLS, we're talking about the multiple listing service, which is a cooperative group of real estate associates.
Correct.
So we are part of the Northwest Oklahoma Association of Realtors. And really, the branch is really out of Enid. That's where the office is located. So we actually can cooperate with Enid associates too. Actually, quite a bit of this, almost all of this Northwest Oklahoma area.
Right. So
we're licensed in the state of Oklahoma.
So we sell anything in the state of Oklahoma, but we have written agreement with everybody inside of the Northwest Association of Realtors.
Right. So, so what this really means to you as buyers and sellers is, whenever you list your house with Brian and I, you'll see both of our names on the sign, or you see everything run through Brian on the multiple listing service. That means that I'm telling every other real estate associate in Woodward who's part of our multiple listing service that they can contact us, me, and then I schedule with the seller, and then they're able to go and show the property. We have little fancy lock boxes for them to have access, and so it's a way to allow us to facilitate cooperation with other associates who have like-minded ethics and values as we do.
Yes.
So anyway, it's a super cool deal, and it helps us to help our buyers and sellers best.
It keeps all the information up front. We know about all the houses on the market. You put a sign up, we've got 24 hours, all the information pops out there. So we know if a new listing comes on the market that we have the information that we can deliver to the buyers out there as well. So it's a very good tool for us to use to make sure that we're informing the public.
When we go through our listing agreement, a lot of times the seller will say, if somebody else sells it, do I have to pay twice? No. So whatever we address in our listing agreement is commission. We share that, and generally, I don't think I've seen it go differently. We generally share that as a 50-50 split with the agent, with the associate, with the other brokerage that sells the property. So that is how that works. Did we cover it all?
Kind of.
What did we miss?
A whole bunch of stuff.
We did? Man, I felt good about it.
Yes. No, it's so the big thing is hey, we're here to help you. We're here. We I believe we're a service-oriented company.
Definitely.
We meet contractors. I just met 5 different contractors in the last hour. It's insane. 2 different houses, and so when I get done here, I've got to run to get some stuff at Butcher's Metal to fix a chimney. It's hard to find some contractors to do small jobs, and so our list of our job list is crazy insane sometimes because we want to serve the public. So
because that's what we do. We really want to help others. So
so we appreciate
you
listening. Yes, give us a call 580-334-2303.
Your new favorite, Classic Hits 107.3 KLSI Moreland Woodward. Tell a friend.